Um, then he says, I speak to them in parables, because though seeing they do not see, and though hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. Indeed, in this case, the prophecy of Isaiah is fulfilled that says, hold on a second, prophecy of Isaiah? Prophecy of Isaiah. Well, what did God say to Isaiah? Right? Well, to hear that, we need to go back to Isaiah 6. Now, I preach on Isaiah 6 a lot. It's a very powerful message. But I'm just gonna read this here for you guys a little bit. Okay. Isaiah 6 is a very powerful thing. It says, in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord sitting on a throne, high and lifted up. The train of his robes filled the temple, and above him stood the seraphim, the high angels. Each of them had 6 wings. With 2 they shielded their face, with 2 they shielded their feet, and with 2 they flew. And one cried out to another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. And the foundations of the threshold shook at the voice of him who called, and the temple was filled with smoke. And then Isaiah says, Woe is me, for I am lost. I'm a man of unclean lips, and I dwell among a people of unclean lips. My eyes have seen the great King, the Lord of hosts. That's usually where I stop preaching. So picture this: a man meets God. A man meets God, and you know they kind of meet face to face, and it's just this incredible thing. So a man meets God. Picture everything that the Old Testament says, right, about a man meeting God. And basically, you know, so a man meets God, and the Old Testament basically says, you know, if a man meets God, he's going to die, you know, whatever. And this man meets God. That's just an incredible meeting. But it's not where it ends. So I'm going to keep going. So in verse 8, it says, I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send? Who will go for us? Then I said, Here am I, send me. And he said, Go and say to these people, this is weird, okay? Keep on hearing, but do not understand. Keep on seeing, but do not perceive. Make the heart of this people dull, and their ears heavy, and blind their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and turn and be healed. Okay? You catch that? Do you understand what he said there? So what he said is, he says, okay, so I want you to go out, and I want you to keep preaching the same old gospel. You're going to keep preaching the same gospel, over and over and over again, wherever it is that you go. And he said, I want you to keep preaching the same gospel. You know, I want you to keep preaching the same gospel to the same people. But some people are going to keep hearing and not understand. Some people are going to keep seeing and not perceive. Some people are going to, you know, I want you to make the hearts of these people dull, and make their ears heavy, and blind their eyes, unless they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and turn and be healed. Okay? You catch that? So basically he says, I want you to keep teaching the same gospel. And you know what? Here's the thing that's going to happen, Isaiah. Here is the thing that's going to happen. Some people are going to stop paying attention. Some people are going to get bored with this message. Some people are going to keep hearing, but they're not going to understand it. Some people are going to keep seeing, but they'll never see it. They'll never actually see your point. You know, some people, their hearts are going to go dull, their eyes will glaze over the second we start talking about God. But some people will turn. Some people will turn from their sin unless they turn from their sin and see with their eyes, hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and turn and be healed. Okay? And Isaiah's reaction to this is quite amazing. He says, How long, Lord? Like, how long do I need to keep preaching this message, right? And God says, until the city lies in waste, without inhabitants, and houses without people. and the land is a desolate waste. And the Lord removes people far away, and the land is a forsaken place. And there are forsaken places in the midst of the land. And though a tenth remain in it, it will be burned again. Okay? So, basically what God says is, like, Isaiah says, how long should I keep preaching the same message over and over and over again? And God says, till everyone leaves. Till the city lays in waste. Till houses remain without people. Till everyone leaves. Right? Okay? That's just a crazy thought. We're supposed to keep preaching the same gospel over and over and over again. But here's the thing: we get into this thing about popular messages, right? Where people don't really preach the gospel anymore. They get into popular messages and stuff like that. And you know what? What we're going to do instead of preaching the message today is we're just going to preach what's popular today. Guys, that's not what Jesus calls us to do. The actual gospel is, you're a sinner, I'm a sinner. We don't stand a chance of getting to heaven on our own. Okay? And that's why God sent His Son to die for us. Okay? And what tends to happen a lot of the time with preachers is they tend to lower the standard to get to heaven. Right? Tend to lower the standard. So what? So the rocks can get in? So the weeds can get in, right? Well, why would we want to lower the standard to get into heaven, right? It doesn't make any sense. But guys, here's the thing. This is what Jesus was talking about. He was saying, basically, look, some people, he explains this to his disciples later on. He says, some people are like the rocks, okay? They'll hear the message. You'll stand in front of a church of massive amounts of people, and you'll be speaking to them, but some people are going to hear it, and they're going to go home and be excited. But the second they reach a trial, it's just gonna their faith is done. They don't stand a chance, right? They don't stand a chance. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is, right? Some people won't stand a chance. They'll be like the rocks. And there will be other people where the matters of this world, like technology and stuff like that, matter so much to them that, it'll be like the weed that grows up with it and chokes out what faith they have. They don't stand a chance either. Other people are going to be like the path, right? Where, my words fall on them, and whether it be because of issues in their life or whatever, people will just, it just kind of twists the word of God, and that's it, right? The devil does something in their life, and that's it. Game over, right? They don't stand a chance either. But some of them will land on good soil, and those people will, that's like the crop that just grows, right? They'll go out, they'll make disciples, they'll do all sorts of things like that. But here's the thing, other people are going to wander away from the truth and listen to other people, right? How often do we see that? Like, you should hear about this author, he has awesome things to say about God. Well, what about the Bible, right? The Bible is a book about God, right? And that's straight from, that's straight from the mouth of God, right? Other people are just trying to make a quick buck or something, right? So that doesn't make any sense. But guys, this is what he's saying with that. Sometimes, guys, this is just the matter of where your seed lands, right? You can speak to a whole bunch of people, and what happens if a bunch of people leave your church? Well, here's the thing, guys. If you're preaching to a bunch of people, that's just kind of where the seeds land, right? Some of them won't be able to endure the gospel. Some of them will, though, and those ones will go out and make disciples. But don't cheapen the gospel because of it, right? Keep preaching the same old gospel. Keep preaching the truth of the gospel. I'm going to encourage the preachers out there, keep preaching the gospel, no matter what, okay? Some people are going to go out and they're going to be awesome disciples. Some people won't. Some people won't be able to endure the hardships. But guys, this is just the way the gospel works. Okay? Some people will be the weeds, some people will be the rocks, some people will be the path, but some people will be the good soil. Right? So don't cheapen the gospel. Keep preaching the same old gospel. Even if people leave your church. Even if some people leave your church. Even if some people don't agree with it. Keep preaching the same old gospel. So thank you guys for listening, and if you like this video, please like, please share, and please subscribe. Thank you for listening.